On behalf of the County Commission, Commission President Jimmy Stevens, and my good friend, welcome to the Jefferson County Courthouse and the Commission Chambers on a momentous day where these mayors are coming together to sign an agreement, and I hesitate to just call them mayors. I want to call them leaders because they are taking a leading role in how we look and how we do business in Jefferson County and how we look at economic development over the long haul. We're doing a lot of work. We have done a lot of work. We've had a lot of conversations on how this should look, and I am so pleased and happy as the member of the commission responsible for economic development. I not only approve, but I highly approve and think a lot of these folks that have made such a big decision, not only for their cities, but for Jefferson County as a whole. So right now I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Woodfin to say a few remarks.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I see the media doesn't want us to be great with all these mics. It's kind of works against you if you got some prepared remarks, right? But in all seriousness, this is a great moment, not just for the cities within our county, but our county as a whole. I do want to start by thanking the entire county commissioners, all of you all, for your leadership and your support. I too want to thank all the mayors who are here. I won't be the only mayor speaking today, but I've had the opportunity in the 16 months I've been mayor to engage and work with what I call co-fellow mayors in this county. And we're all committed to improving the quality of life of all of our residents. So thank you for your continued leadership in your various cities. And three, I want to also start by thanking a couple of my team members, which include Dr. Josh Carpenter and his team, as well as the entire leadership team at the Community Foundation, who has supported this work as well. Today I joined 21 other mayors who've signed the Good Neighbor Pledge to discourage poaching of businesses between cities within Jefferson County. Under the voluntary agreement, we as mayors pledge that we will not lure businesses away from other cities in Jefferson County through solicitation or incentives. It was an honor to be a part of a small group of mayors led by one of our good mayors, Mr. Welch, Mayor Welch, who drafted the Good Neighbor Pledge based on similar agreements adopted in other metro areas around the country. I'm convinced that the Good Neighbor Pledge will lay a better foundation for our city's future. When I say cities, I mean all of us within the county. Without a pledge against stealing businesses from one another, Birmingham is at risk of losing small businesses, grocery stores, restaurants, and other important assets in our community. This pledge signals the strength of partnerships among all of us with our neighboring cities while also protecting the places that are valuable to all of our residents. With this pledge, we can focus on continuing to grow quality jobs for the Birmingham region. When a business closes in one city and moves to a neighboring city, we're not creating new jobs. We're not creating opportunities. We're just shuffling them around. Businesses can and will continue to relocate, and we believe, and they believe, it's in their best interest to do so, if they choose. Mayors can and should not try to stand in the way. But we believe when a city actively solicits or encourages a business to close in another city and move to their city, that is not neighborly, nor is it a true and fair focus on regional and real economic growth for the city and the county. Birmingham is a great community and a great place to do business. We will continue to compete hard for new businesses that are expanding in or moving to Jefferson County. We believe this is the best way to ensure a prosperous future for our city and for generations to come. And as I close out, I just want to remind people, often we hear people talk about regional cooperation within this county. Let it be known that today stands as a true testament of what real regional cooperation looks like And again, I want to thank all the mayors and the commissioners. Thank you.
This is a historic day for Jefferson County. After decades of competing against each other, a coalition of 22 Jefferson County mayors who collectively represent 75% of the county's population have come together to sign the Good Neighbor Pledge. For decades, we've engaged in the self-defeating cycle of economic cannibalism that provided a false sense of growth. We've studied 5 successful regions that experienced stellar growth in forming their own non-poaching coalitions, and we modeled our pledge after these success stories. We know this pledge is not perfect. When we finalized the language, we realized we could not cover every instance that might arise. For those instances, we are forming a panel of mayors who can act as a sounding board, who can offer guidance, and deal with those situations as they arise. I want to offer a special thanks to the Community Foundation of Greater Birmingham. Without them, this conversation would have never started. We would have never gotten this far. Now I'd like to bring to the podium my friend, Mayor Frank Brocato.
Thank you. This is a great day for the Birmingham-Hoover metropolitan area, and I do thank each of my mayors and the County Commission for working so closely as we all look forward to working together as a group. And our cities have a history of competing with each other rather than cooperating. Today, economic development favors areas that work together better as a region, and that's what this pledge is all about. This is a voluntary pledge among the mayors, and it doesn't mean that businesses can't move from one city to another. They may choose to do so for a number of reasons, and we certainly can't stop them from making those decisions on their own. We're committed as mayors that we want to initiate those moves. And while we as mayors are fiercely protective of our cities, we also realize that we're part of a region, and our success is tied as we work together. We will still compete with other cities in our county when there are opportunities for new businesses or expanded businesses in the county. But at the end of the day, we're going to stress a positive message about doing business somewhere in Jefferson County, if not in our particular city. We believe this is a more comprehensive strategy for growth that will benefit all of us, and it'll create a baseline for transparency and trust among all of our colleagues and our peers. So it's a great day for our area. I'm excited to be a part of it, and I'd like to invite Mayor Buddy Choate from Trustful to step to the podium as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad.
Sure.
Good morning. As you know, all of us that serve as mayors, our first concern is taking care of our own citizens and our cities. And we all have something very unique and very proud of in our own cities. What we're doing today is we're pledging to treat our neighbors as we want to be treated. And I think that's beneficial to not only our cities, but the county as a whole. You know, you look through the metropolitan area, and you see growth and you see different opportunities around, and that's what we hope this pledge will do. We will continue to offer other municipalities the same playing field as we're all on right now. And I think by moving forward in this direction, we're going to be better neighbors. We're going to be able to attract more businesses to our area, and that's the key. We want our cities to prosper. If we all prosper, it's beneficial to not only our cities, but to our region. Whether you live in Trustful or Bessemer or Tarrant or Warrior or Homewood or Vestavia, it doesn't matter. We're playing on the same team now, and I'm proud to be a team member. And at this time, I would like to bring up the president of our Mayor's Association, Mayor Tom Henderson from Centerpoint.
I can see over this, everybody else is taller than Mayor Brocato. The Jefferson County Mayor's Association has over the years met to discuss common issues that affect us all. This issue in the past several months has been brought to the forefront. A handful of mayors who were passionate about this issue and who were willing to put their time and energy into it have brought us to this point. I want to thank the mayors who served on the committee, led by Mayor Stuart Welch of Mountain Brook. This committee has worked very, very hard over the last few months. I also want to thank all the mayors who provided input that led to the development of the document we are signing today. The fact that we are here today is historic, and these conversations have already started to shape and impact the way we are all thinking about business and growth. This is about shaping our future. We all love our cities and our county, and we want them to be successful. We believe what we are doing today is laying a better foundation for success for our citizens now and in the future. Thank you.
You know, Jefferson County is the economic engine of the state. We have the combined, our GDP is combined GDPs of Mobile, Montgomery, and Madison counties together. As I said earlier, I call these mayors leaders. And as a leader in the state, as Jefferson County is a leader in economics in the state, these mayors are adding to that and leading their cities and leading the region, and not thinking just within their municipal boundaries, but thinking outside the proverbial silos and working together, building a huge amount of trust, which I think is above all what we all want. The more that we trust each other, the more that we're able to do together. One of Commissioner Stevens' favorite sayings is, "A rising tide raises all ships," and that's what we're hoping to do here. So on behalf of all the mayors, Commissioner Stevens and Commissioner Tyson, thank you for being here today, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready to sign the document. Good deal. Thank you for being here. You would have been first.
A lot of bald heads, y'all took.
There's a lot of bald heads. Good deal. That wraps up the press conference today. Thank you for being here, and I know the mayors will be available for individual questions if you'd like to speak with them after. Thank you for being here.